Rewind the clock over 2 years ago. Beyond the Sirens wasn't real, and Flight Medic Barry didn't exist. What did exist was a flight suit draped over a chair and a shell of a man sitting next to it. The sounds of increasing grief and raw emotion that was crescendoing in that small church. The sounds of a Bell 407 closing the distance, nearly coming to a hover, as a way to pay homage, a final warrior's goodbye for a larger-than-life individual. A man that was both the archetype of a true HEMS provider, but also exemplified everything you'd want in a friend. What also was real that day was the helmet that flight providers wear, sitting next to an urn containing ashes that once was your larger-than-life friend, your partner, your brother in the profession as well as in your personal life. I wish I could say that was the end of my fall and I was at rock bottom, but I would be lying. That was just the beginning. I was lost, confused, disoriented, angry at the world, angry at the universe, angry at God. Why would you let this happen? How could you let this happen? For somebody who's giving their life, who's sacrificing so much so that others may live, is the one who gets taken from us too early, not long enough to live a full life. How is that fair? And saying all of the things you would expect somebody to say in that circumstance. I increased in my drinking, not caring, willing to throw it all away. All that I worked so hard to achieve. If I lost it all, then I wouldn't care. Because all that mattered was my friend. All that mattered was my life was thrown off axis and just completely lost. And I had no way out. I had no light, no beacon, nowhere to follow, nowhere to chase. No paved path for me. And largely I suffered in silence, and sometimes it was outwardly, but most of the time I tried to just keep it in. Put on a happy face. And whether that works for a short time or not at all, it was a poor Band-Aid over a gaping wound. Of course, you drink to make it go away, to numb the emotions, to make it feel a little better, to be able to be more social and lively through the circumstance you're going through. While I for sure did not have a particular alcohol addiction, I will obviously humbly admit that the experience with alcohol became unhealthy. It was used as a supplement, a medication to drown out the noise. And because of that, my career was nearly cut short. Nearly falling into the same trap as so many. Thankfully, I had a support system, and I found light at the end of the tunnel through purpose, through channeling all of that pain and going, how can I use this for good? What can I do to make this worth something? Take all of this pain and emotions and anger towards the world and twist it around and manipulate it and concoct something beautiful. Take something that's just putrid in every way and reconform it into something that is beautiful beyond the imagination. And some would say, well, that's not possible. And I thought the same thing. I believed that I just going to sit there and let the time and the clock run out on life. Give up completely at that point. But when I found that glimmer of hope, that wind in my sail, boy, did I chase it. Beyond the Sirens became born. Because not only is what we do while we're at work that matters, but it's beyond the sirens. It's what's beyond, in between the lines, that is also important. And that's why we got our name. We started out as a mental health group because that is all and forever important and will always be our priority. My story is not unique in the fact that so many of us have experiences that push us over the edge, and we fall a long way and get stuck in bad places, and we feel like there's no way out and there's no hope. Well, there is hope, and you are not alone. There's so much more of us out there than you may realize that either going through it now and are working through it every day. Because to say that you're completely healed from some things like that are just impossible. They're etched into eternity. An experience that is so traumatic. How could you not have some sort of relationship with it for the rest of your life? A wise man once told me we don't ever get over it, but we get through it. We get through it together. We're stronger in numbers. Humans were never meant to be designed to be alone. We were meant to be a tribe, to be together, to lift each other up, to see somebody lost in the darkness and extend that hand down in there, shine a light. And we hope to be a light amongst so many other lights out there to hopefully drown out the darkness so you can find your way home. We're here for you at Beyond the Sirens and always will be. We have a first responder mental health group on Discord where we talk and hang out and converse and laugh and have crisis debrief rooms with mental health officers to be able to talk to you and peer-to-peer support and help you with finding resources. Because the statistics are proving we have a crisis on our hands. And we believe in the power of community and how powerful being together can actually be. We can weaponize community against some of these struggles that we're dealing with. Because yes, we may not be able to cure it. In fact, we won't be able to cure it. But what we will be able to do is help you know that you're not alone, to be able to lean on your tribe when you're having tough times, and to be able to talk with each other and work through things and not feel like you're isolated. Because isolation is a way to multiply the experiences that you're going through, the trauma that you've experienced, and all the emotions. It is a catalyst. Isolation is for mental health difficulties. So my story and our story at Beyond the Sirens, while painful and hard to sometimes digest, it was necessary. If I had to go through it all over again, of course I'd want my friend back more than anything in this world. And I would trade so much, just about anything, to get it back. But at the same time, we have a chance and a renewed rebirth at being able to make a difference in this world off of that pain, channeling it to be a light for good and to reach as many people as possible. I hope you know you're not alone out there. And so many of us that you may look up to, that you may see as somebody that you hold in high regard, so many of us have these stories. And you may be right on the precipice of finding your light, your wind in your sails, and channeling your circumstances to be another force of light in this crazy, chaotic world that we live in. Know we care about you. You're our fellow brothers and sisters out there, and you are our family. Thank you.